Instead, we'd let the rest of the world make the necessary things that we needed for our homes and for our families. And when a nation decides to deindustrialize, my friends, you know what else it stops using? The intermediate goods central to that manufacturing, the things like steel that you all make right here at Nucor. So we stopped making the things that we needed. We stopped making as many cars. We stopped making appliances. We stopped building new homes and buildings, so the cost of housing skyrocketed in our communities. And even this company, Nucor Steel, you know what the leadership told me just a couple of short minutes ago? That there was a West Virginia facility, a beautiful, high-tech Nucor manufacturing facility making great American steel and giving workers good jobs in the process. That steel facility, that project, sat idle for years under the Biden administration's crushing environmental regulations and environmental rules. So when our leadership decides that Americans don't want to make anything, you know what we do? We cost great businesses and great corporations like Nucor a lot of money. We cost great workers their wages, and we cost a lot of people their jobs. And that was the policy of the administration that came before us, but I'm proud that we are now 101 days into an administration that wants to invest in you, that wants to build the future with you. And when Americans see a beautiful bridge or a beautiful building, we all ought to look at it and say that was made with American hands and built with great American steel, right? And that is exactly what the Trump administration promises to do. Now, I want to say that recently, we should have learned a very hard lesson about what happens when you ship all of your industries and all the things you need to countries that don't like you. Now, I learned that lesson very personally, not with steel, but I remember a few years ago, I got 3 little kids, and as you know, sometimes little kids get sick, and one of my kids had an ear infection. I went into a pharmacy, and I said, hey, I've got a prescription here for amoxicillin, and the pharmacist told me that they didn't have any amoxicillin, a drug in some ways invented by the United States of America. We didn't have enough of it for American children. That's what happens when you lose the ability to make your own stuff. You've got parents who can't get the medicine they need for their own children. And as we learned during the COVID pandemic, remember, you know, this terrible virus comes. A lot of people are falling sick with it, and we need hospital gowns, and we need hospital masks. We need the things that are necessary to operate an American medical facility, and it turned out all of those supplies came from the very country that set the virus loose on the entire world. Remember that. Those lessons, the lesson that you can't become dependent on foreign adversary, the lesson that you've got to make your own stuff, that is the lesson that the Trump administration has put into place in the first 100 days. And I'm telling you, I bring this word straight from the President of the United States. We're so proud of every single one of you. We're so proud of what you do. We're proud of the hard work you do. We're proud of the beautiful products that we make with American steel. And we are never going to allow your job to get shipped off to a country that hates us. We want to protect your jobs, and most importantly, we want to protect the great work you do right here in South Carolina and all across the United States of America.